What's going on, everyone? Colin here. So now we are in module 2 of our mini course. So this one, we're going to be chatting a little bit about our proven automated framework that I have personally used in both of my credit repair businesses that has allowed me to be able to have both my credit repair businesses, but also my marketing agency and other projects that I have, and be able to have time to do all of these things, which ultimately, as a business owner, you want to eventually be in a position instead of doing every single of the day to day tasks, day in, day out, wearing all the different hats of a business owner from customer service to sales to marketing to fulfillment to, in this case, doing your disputing and all of those things. Okay. In both of my credit repair businesses, I've gotten it to a position where about 90 to 95% of my entire system is entirely automated by either having and leveraging the actual system that I'm talking about here, or by building out a team and integrating my team people into the system itself and having everything work together in symmetry. So, as you see in the message before, how we're able to manage thousands of clients on a monthly basis, all while my business runs on 90% autopilot. So, to kind of start us off, the way how the flow of the entire system works is at the top. So, I look at everything as a funnel, same thing as a sales funnel. So, in the very top, okay, this is where leads start flowing into. Okay, from leads start flowing in, then the system starts communicating to the actual people. From the people or from the system communicating, then it drops it down into the next phase, which is sales. From sales, drops down to the next phase, which is customers. From there, customer service. From there, disputing. And then the whole thing starts flowing in a cycle over and over and over. So, for many people that are either just starting out or if you've been doing this for a little while, yourself included, you might be in a position right now in your business where you're trying to do everything yourself, which, whenever it comes down to the follow up and trying to do sales and things of that nature, if you've ever spoken with me on the phone, I always present you have three options whenever it comes to doing your follow up in sales. Is one, you do everything yourself, okay? Which can be very time consuming, first and foremost. Very, very time consuming. And sometimes, the old verb, time is money. That's very, very true. So you can do it all yourself, and that definitely has its benefits as far as expenses, actually paying for things, paying people, you cut down on all that, but it wears you out. And plus, if you're doing all of your time, effort, and energy as far as trying to follow up with leads, communicating with people, sales calls, all that kind of jazz, you just inadvertently, by accident, will start lacking in other areas. So if you're a one person team, you're trying to make all your phone calls, you're trying to run the ads, you're trying to do your disputing, you're trying to get people on the phone for documentation or to pay their bills. Then you have people calling you up that are angry about stuff that's outside of your control. Da 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 da. Okay, so that's option number one. You do everything yourself. Option two is you pay people. Now, this is really what we're trying to really get to in time, is having physical people and teams managing and doing things, or not necessarily managing, but performing tasks and doing their job. Whereas you, as the owner, can then stop doing all of the work yourself and by yourself. Now you can start delegating and being in a little bit more of a managerial position, which again has all of its benefits, but definitely has its disadvantages. So, for example, let's say yesterday you spoke with five people and five leads, for example, and today yesterday you told those leads that you're going to follow up with them by sending them a text message or an email or something along those lines, and you have an employee, whether if it's an actual based here employee that you communicate to, or especially if it's a VA or something along those lines, and you tell that person, hey, for these five people I spoke with, I need you to follow up with them. I need it. You have to. Well, the next day rolls around And you follow up with your employee and you ask, hey, did you reach out to those 5 people? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I didn't have time. Or, whatever be the scenario is. Shoot, maybe they called in sick. Who knows? That is definitely a disadvantage of relying on just people to perform certain tasks, because we as humans, myself certainly included, we make mistakes. We're forgetful at times. We get overwhelmed. We get busy. My wife might call me when I'm in the middle of something and I get distracted. I'm like, shoot, what was I just doing? And I go off on something completely different than what I was trying to do in the first place. You kind of understand what I'm getting at here a little bit. So that is one, and plus it can be rather expensive because sometimes payroll can add up really, really quick without you even realizing it. And then thirdly, this is the same option that I did with a kind of a tie-in for a number 4. But first, to get to that number 4 is you leverage processes and systems to do a lot of the day-to-day tasks. What I mean by that is this. Same scenario, 5 people. And instead of asking an employee to reach out to those 5 people, you then go into the system, like right here. You pull it up. Can I move my head? Nope, can't move myself. Okay. So you go into the system, you go into the campaigns, create a new campaign, whatever, and then you plug those 5 people into it. And you tell the system, tomorrow at 12:05 p.m., send out 2 text messages and 5 emails for the next 2 days, or whatever have you the scenario. Rain or shine, snow, hail, tornado, it doesn't matter. As long as you tell the system what to do, the system's going to do it. So that goes back to relying and leveraging systems. That's what automations will do. That's what my system will also help you do. So back to this, to what in my situation, because I've incorporated my system in with physical people to kind of work cohesively together. That's why my businesses for credit repair run so smoothly without a lot of intake from me, because I train my people what to do and I tell my system what I want it to do, and then everything co-aligns and it works. Okay. So on average, let's say if you don't have a team already and you're just doing it yourself, you're just starting off, or you've been holding off getting people on your team, for example. Well, most of my customers that actually use this system, for example, like my customer here, he actually adds stuff in. He uses it to its potential, because this system has way further potential than even what I'll give you. What I mean by that, there's so many more things that you can add on because you're added as an admin. You can add things. You can take away things. You can build out new drip campaigns. You can build out new funnels. You can do this, and that. So by putting those 2 things together, or even if it's just by yourself, you can have the system run probably 70 to 80% of your daily tasks. So now that you're not bogged down with all these extra little things, well, now you can spend more time actually speaking with customers. Now you can spend more time reaching out to affiliates to get more leads. Now you can spend more time working on extra streams of income, things of that nature. And that is all the stuff that the system rewards and enables you to do, as long as you use it. Huge disclaimer, the system can do a lot for you, but it will only do as much as the amount of time and effort you put into it. Now, fortunately, me and my team, we teach you and we show you and we nurture you as our customer and what to do and how to help. But if you use it to the full capacity, like my customer here, I'm giving you examples of, I mean, it's almost limitless with the potential that it has. So now we're going into the next part of the training modules, which is going to be marketing and funnel formula. That'll be on the next video. Now I'm going to break down the usefulness and the needs for funnels in your business, especially with what we do. This is Colin. I'll see you in a minute.